My name is Kathy Badger. I was part of St. Albert Children's Theatre from the years 1992 to 1994. I was in 5 shows and part of the When Children Sing Christmas recording. After high school, I moved to Toronto for university, where I majored in accounting and graduated with a Bachelor of Commerce degree. Following university, I lived and worked in both Toronto and London, England, in various financial and analytical roles for about 15 years. A few years ago, I moved back to St. Albert to live closer to my family, and I'm currently a claims performance and analytics manager for an insurance company. While I didn't pursue a career in the arts, there were a lot of transferable skills I learned during my time with SACT. I'd have to say preparedness for one. I prepare for any presentation the way we did for shows, except without the singing and dancing, unfortunately. But I like to rehearse and practice my show, so to speak, and also be able to make sure I'm prepared for something that might happen or something that may not go as planned. I don't know every question that people might ask me after the fact, so it's good to be able to think on my feet. The other thing I'd have to say I learned was the value of teamwork. I think even if someone who's performing a solo on stage or whether they're presenting data trends at a global conference, they're never really alone up there. There's always a team of people behind the scenes sort of trying to make sure everything is going to go as seamless as possible. But I think probably the most important skill I learned during my time with SACT was to embrace my creative side. A lot of my success comes from the ability to take data and use it to tell a story, make it interesting so that people will pay attention and listen to what I'm saying. And I don't think I would have been as confident as I am presenting my work the way I do now without having learned to keep people engaged, such as using vocal tone or facial expressions. Being able to leverage the skills I learned at SACT has really been a big asset for my career. Thanks to the wonders of social media, I've been lucky enough to stay in contact with a number of SACT friends. While I may not see or talk to everyone as much as I'd like, lifelong bonds were formed, I think, during my SACT years that will never change. And SACT friends will forever be family to me. I think that art has a unique way of bringing people together, whether it's theater, photography, painting, sculptures, dance, writing, any type of art. I think it allows people of diverse backgrounds and perspectives to come together in discussion. While we may not all have the same interpretation, I love that art stirs a sense of passion and joy within people. I also love that even if you don't particularly enjoy a piece of art, there is always a beauty to it that can be appreciated. While I'm no longer personally involved in the arts, I still have a huge love of the arts, especially the theater, museums, and photography exhibits. No surprise that musicals are my favorite, and I've tried to see as many as I can over the years, and I still love singing my favorite show tunes in the kitchen or the shower on a daily basis. Something I'm sure my neighbors don't enjoy as much as I do. I wish I could pick just one favorite memory, but honestly, they're all my favorite. Those years with SACT were just so fun. Even the long nights rehearsing after school, building up, the week before a show, when we had sort of extra rehearsal days. I remember it all with such fondness, though. Besides the friendships made and the music, I remember the energy circles and running up and down the ramp just outside of Progress Hall, and Janice teaching us harmonies at the piano, and the stage crew trying to keep us quiet during a show, which I'm sure they'll say was never easy, given we were a bunch of, excited kids. Even chatting in the green room during, a show and having to sort of run upstairs in a panic so we wouldn't miss our cue. It was just such a great number of years. if I have to think of, favorite moments outside of the theater too, when we talk about the friendships that, we make there and the connections that we have. I fondly remember, Colleen's parties and a murder mystery night where we all sort of had to dress up in character. Tobogganing in the winter is always fun. And there was this great night at Kim's where we did this Aladdin sing-along back when Aladdin was new. That's how old I am. But yeah, like every moment was my favorite. I loved every moment. Well, I've always been a bit of a social butterfly, as my report cards would say. So I've never been good at picking just one word for anything, like ever. But if I had to describe my experience with SACT in just one word, I think I'd pick memorable and joyful and full of love. So I guess that's 3 words. 3 words isn't bad.